How's everybody doing? Get some Muppet-esque looking characters there, especially the guy with the teeth on the left side. Muppets. Isn't it a shame that the rights to Sesame Street got bought by a corporation, so now it's not quite a free educational tool anymore? Jesus, this loading screen. The PS4, I tell you, it's supposed to be the big fancy new thing. It said in 2020, but anyway, you'd think for a digital game on a modern platform it could load a bit faster. So here we are, everybody's favorite. So the object is just to rotate your little yellow guys around and everything's gonna be just fine. Everything's gonna be just fine. I have quoted that damn video so many times, it's just ridiculous. So you'll notice that the video looks a bit fuzzy at the moment, but it doesn't always look that way. They just do that for effect at the beginning to show that this was in the past. The actual game looks a bit more clean, so we've got that to look forward to. Those ruffians are really running amok. Gee, I don't like the political implications of this. What are they trying to say? I'll leave that up to the imagination. So yeah, you don't control your guys directly, you just control the world around them. Down here with the world around you. You know the song from that famous movie with the lady. I don't know, I don't watch movies. I don't do nothing. I don't play video games. Said over a Let's Play. So anyway, yeah, I never really got particularly good at this game. The controls were a bit funny. I did okay on these earlier levels, but the later ones it's gonna become quite clear that I'm not good at this. Took forever to actually get this footage just because of I guess domestic policies here at home, because the PS4 is located in the main family room, and it's on the TV there, unlike the rest of my systems, which are just up in my room anyway. So if I want to actually use the TV down there, I gotta wait for it to be open, and you know, it's kind of hard to do when your parents watch 6 hours of TV a day consecutively, and you gotta wait until very late at night if you want to actually get your Let's Plays recorded. Or if there's some kind of gap in their schedule for whatever reason. That's what finally made this happen, is after 3 weeks of waiting for the TV to open up, they had to stop watching for just a little bit to pay some bills, and that's how I get these episodes out. And even then there was still some peanut gallery commentary as I was, using the PS4. Someone came into the room and commented, "This isn't the Flintstones, blah 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 blah." I should really just move the PS4 upstairs at some point, but I don't have room for it. Something else would have to get moved first. Guess maybe I could move the Saturn. Of course, the Saturn's probably going to start getting more use in the coming months, because there's the Terra Onion mode coming out. You can read about that on your own time, but yeah, there's probably going to use my Saturn a lot more once that part becomes available. I mean, it's already out, but I'm waiting for Stone Age Gamer to start selling it so I don't have to import it from overseas. So this game was a part of a PSP game, by the way. I never had a PSP personally, and frankly I don't know anyone who did. I mean, what games did the PSP have, honestly, that were worthwhile? I mean, there was this, and there was Patapon, and others presumably. Fuck. After the success of the PS1 and 2, everyone assumed that the PSP would follow suit, but they never quite broke into the handheld market. And then the PS Vita did even worse after that. Nobody had that thing. Not even Squidward's house. But yeah, the only thing I really know about the PlayStation Vita, I guess there's two things. One, I saw one in a machine at like a barcade, I guess you could call it. It was that machine where you try to press the button to stack the blocks, and if you can stack the blocks all the way, you win a prize. And I was trying to win the PS Vita. I don't know what I would have done with it if I had one, but obviously I didn't win it because those things are impossible, so that did not end up happening. And the other thing about the PS Vita, the other fact, it was the day it came out, or around that window. Ooh, sorry about that, little guy. That's no good. You see what happened to him? He turned all gray and shriveled up like some kind of... Gotta stay on topic. So the other fact about the PS Vita, so it was right around the time that it came out, and I was talking to somebody at school, and I was saying that, oh yeah, the PS Vita launched, and the guy misheard and thought I said lost. I guess he assumed that it had been discontinued or something, and I think that really just goes to show what people's expectations were, because the thing had been out for just one day, and the guy had already, assumed that it had failed and been discontinued, and people were expecting it to fail right from the outset. And that's unfortunate, but I guess the landscape's changing. Handheld gaming really became different once they had to compete with the mobile phones and such, and they swallowed up all the casual gamers with their Angry Birds and other simple-minded schlock. That's unfortunate. Is that the stupid question? I was going to ask if that was the end of the level, but there's clearly more stuff we can pick up. Let's see. What else is there to speak of? You guys want to talk about Star Wars? Did you guys ever see that thing about the Star Wars movie George Lucas wanted to make, but he didn't because it was really bad even by George Lucas standards? It was the movie about the midi-chlorians, and it's a very odd concept, like, those videos they'd have you watch in science class, where it was like, the interworkings of the human circulatory system and all that other biological stuff, and George Lucas basically wanted to make a Star Wars version of that, so we get to, basically see how the inside of a Jedi, and they had these little things in their blood called the midi-chlorians, and that's what gave them their power, and seems like the type of thing that would be more suited for a 90-second long cutaway sequence in a movie rather than building an entire 2-hour movie based on that one flimsy concept. Thankfully that never came to be, though. Gosh, people would have hated that. Even more so than the prequels. I hope all this stuff is getting picked up by my mic, by the way. I'm doing an experiment of sorts where I've just got the mic, instead of holding it up to my face and moving it about dynamically, it's just in one position slightly to my right. Something about the hole on that tree don't look right. I don't know what it is, but it's just wrong. It's wrong. There was some cartoon that had a character yelling, "That's wrong." I think it might have been Ren and Stimpy, actually. I never was allowed to watch Ren and Stimpy as a lad, and looking back I can kinda see why. There was Not the type of thing that a toddler should be watching. It would have corrupted my young mind. I don't think there was any personal information listed there. I don't think it had my name and address. Sometimes you never know, though. They can surprise you, like with Doom Eternal. I was recording that a while back, and that it just does a hard cut to a login screen that has your real name on it with no warning, and that had to be cut out. I mean, it automatically disabled the PS4 based recording thing, but I was using a real ass capture card, so that obviously that wouldn't have worked for me. I wonder if I gotta actually test that out to see if my capture card does capture the things where it says, recording disabled. Gotta see how that works.